It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got Marshawn Lattimore, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Saints and the Panthers, coming up next.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin with my good friend Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at the Panthers in this matchup. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw.
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Saints, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times 2 interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver? Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Robinson. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get it down at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through a 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A man who played collegiately here in Louisiana, Elijah Mitchell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 37.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about it.
Touchdown, Panthers! DJ Moore with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers have moved out in front. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The Saints at 7-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a second down and 2 coming up.
Right there, hurt.
Hands it off out of the gun. There's the stiff arm. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bush. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play.
Touchdown, Saints! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year was a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Herbert now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now it's Herbert. Buying time to his left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they found a way to be successful with it.
Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. James Robinson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of a tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And he's got a first down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Back to throw now on first down. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired on. It's a big game. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play
that is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up. And we have a tight game here. We often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. On first down, it's Herbert. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Herbert on first down now. He gets it to Thomas. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alontae Taylor. Credit sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We begin with two franchises who came into the NFL as expansion teams together way back in 1976. Seattle hosting Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. The Buccaneers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we take the long plane ride back to Florida to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Tua Tagovailoa, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Raiders. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they didn't get a whole lot done in the rushing department in those first 2 quarters. They probably feel pretty lucky to be tied here at halftime. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Second and 11. They're going to look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Really in a hole here. 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Back to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
McPherson on for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Back to throw here, Herbert. Here's a screen for Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Carolina passing game definitely in sync. They've got another first down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 11 yards there, just like last play. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs, since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Hand off to Robinson out of the shot. And coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
He finds his man, complete. That's Bush. Three yards remain for second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! A great play there. 60 yards. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Herbert. Flushed out. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Before they can get the punt away whistles as we come to the end. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Saints are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Carolina getting set to take the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Herbert. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying out. Great catch. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8. Herbert throwing again. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. Open man left side, it's the tight end Trimble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert, he's got the connection to Moore. And they work this near the 5. At the 6. Now it's Herbert. Escaping the and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover. They're in the end zone. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. They're certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And This is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for New Orleans, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.